Hey guys, Bobby here from Wedding Film School, a channel dedicated to educating and inspiring wedding filmmakers. And in this video, I want to show you the best ways to get buttery smooth slow motion with any camera. I'm going to show you a few options, but the best results are going to be if you shoot on a camera that shoots 60 frames per second or higher. And the great thing is that most cameras, including most cell phones recently, can easily accomplish this. There are two parts that play a role in this, the shooting and the editing. So let's first talk about the actual filming. First, you need to know what frame rate you want to deliver your film in. We deliver in 24 frames per second for most things, but occasionally something else. Once you know that, you want to set your camera to shoot a higher frame rate. And the higher your frame rate, the slower you can go with your footage in the editing. For example, if I was delivering my video in 24 frames per second and I shot at 30 frames per second, I could slow that footage to 80%. If I shot at 60 frames per second, I could slow it to 40%. And if I shot at 120 frames per second, I could slow it to 20%. Another important setting is your shutter speed, which you'll want to keep at double your frame rate or as close as you can get. So again, if you're shooting 30 frames per second, you're going to need to be at 1/60th, 60 frames per second at 1/120th, and 120 frames per second at 1/240th. Note that a higher shutter speed will cut down your light, so make sure you have enough light available. Assuming you had a high frame rate option on your camera, the editing portion is actually pretty easy. In Final Cut, you need to set your timeline or project to your desired export settings, in this case 24 frames per second. Drop that clip into your timeline, click on the retiming dropdown with the clip selected, and choose automatic speed. That will adjust your clip automatically to the slowest possible setting, and if you want, you can change that to make it a little bit faster by dragging either end. If you're in Premiere Pro, I believe you can accomplish the same result by right-clicking your clip and going to speed and duration. Now, if for some reason you can't film in a high frame rate, or maybe you accidentally didn't, don't worry, there still might be a way to slow down your footage and maintain acceptable quality using optical flow. This is available in both Final Cut and Premiere and can also be used if you want to slow high frame rate footage down even further. In Final Cut, you're going to select your clip, go to the retiming dropdown, select custom and set it to the speed that you want. Then go back into the retiming dropdown menu, click video quality and click on optical flow. This will take a look at the frames and blend them together, so you'll sometimes get some weird effects, and it will depend heavily on how fast the movement is and how complicated the background of your subject is. But in a pinch, this could be your solution. I would also recommend playing around with the speed if the first attempt doesn't look great. So those are my tips for shooting smooth slow motion with any camera. Again, you can really guarantee your results if you shoot it correctly, but with optical flow, you may still be able to get your desired effect. If you have any questions, please leave them down below in the comments, and please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in the next video.